everyone. Happy Sunday.
Happy Hanukkah.
It is the 5th night of Hanukkah, and it is almost New Year's, guys. We got through it. Well,
Wait a second.
we got through the
No one is through it yet, dude.
We're not through it
We
yet.
are still in the twilight zone. The 25th to the 1st is a nightmare.
But I have my days planned out.
That's fine for you.
Well,
but
it involves everybody
else, it involves everyone.
Yeah.
Well, even me, I get anxious on these things with you.
Well, we're gonna have a really fun show tomorrow where we go through.
Wait, I get to do a show with you on Twilight Zone days.
Okay,
that'll help everything.
Okay, whatever, genius. So I was putting together. So what we do for our end of the year shows, we take every story that we did about Harry and Meghan, and we do it back. We show you guys the slides that we used for YouTube, and we do it back to back, and we're always amazed at how much worse it gets. Like I remember we did it for 2023, and we're like, 2022, and we're like, okay. And then 2023 last year, we're like, it couldn't get any worse.
We actually did.
It got worse this year.
We actually did a whole rundown, but we didn't do it in my kitchen like we usually film. We did it in front of the Christmas tree because we wanted to utilize the tree until the first of the year. And at one point, we're just like, there's just too much.
Yeah.
There's just too much.
And then we ended up doing it live.
We ended up doing it live instead because it was like, oh my God, we're going to burn out on this. And then we had a blooper reel of it that's still on our Instagram page of us just going, move the couch further. We were just losing it.
So
we were
bad.
Going crazy at the end of the year.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, Meghan and Harry really, they definitely play psychological warfare with us.
Guys, this is not a game for the faint of heart. This is not a game for the weak. That's why everybody who is here right now, you are strong. You are strong.
I'm not, man. I'm telling you, it's getting to me.
I'm from Nova Scotia.
Those days, it's the Twilight Zone.
Is everyone doing well in Nova Scotia? So I'm flying next weekend, and there was a plane crash in, is it called Uzbekistan? There was a plane crash in South Korea, and there was a plane crash in Nova Scotia.
Oh, we're thinking about everyone. That is so sad. Those poor family members who have to go through that during the holidays. Oh my God.
It's
I mean, I
awful.
saw it. I was like tearing up.
I had to turn off the news, and it takes a lot for me to turn off the news. Hi, girls. Yay, caught your live. Oh, I love your dog, Busy. Where's my Busy Bee?
Busy
Bee, did you do that because of Best in Show?
That's
Busy Bee.
Yeah. She's not responding to the Busy Bee.
She's not. Oh, God,
that movie's the greatest.
Oh my gosh.
Best in Show with Christopher Guest.
I went to go see the screening. Do you remember how that happened?
Oh, Marsha used to be a flight attendant. You'll be fine.
Oh, thank you, Marsha.
Flying phobia.
Thank you. I love it whenever flight attendants or pilots tell me things. Oh God, Marsha, I love you. Marsha, you're my best friend.
Now she's really gonna go.
Thank you, Marsha. I love it when flight attendants like settle me down and they calm. Oh,
I'm sure.
I feel so much better.
I'm sure
now.
Flight attendants and pilots love you on planes too.
I was coming back from Seattle once, and I sat. You know how pilots sit and they get a ride. They get their rides when they're going to go to another airport. I sat next to a pilot.
Oh, that's the best.
I have a picture with him. I'll find it. I think it's on. Oh, you know what? Check my.
No, I'm not.
I know where it is. I'll find it.
We believe you, but
I took a picture with him, and he loved me because I was like. Because he sits down and we're about to take off, and I go, man, you're not going to be able to change your seat now. You're gonna, and he laughed.
Angela has never been on an airplane. Wow. So do you take trains and buses and things like that? Because I know, who's Aretha Franklin did not like to fly, so she would have to take like ships, like cruise ships to foreign countries, and then she would take
like the midnight train to Georgia.
Yeah, she would take the midnight train to Georgia, but she would always do ground transportation or by sea because she was so terrified of flights.
Some people are.
But Aretha Franklin, she can do whatever she wants.
Are you bus sick?
Are you bus sick?
You should play that.
Great, Scott Thompson.
Yeah.
No, but some people do have a phobia of flying. Come on, let's be honest here. I mean, Nancy has a phobia.
But I told you guys what I do is before it's coming back, like going, I'm okay because I've got like Xanax and I'm not I haven't
You're not on edge.
I'm not on as edge because I'm excited to get there. Coming back is a little nerve-wracking. So before I get in the Uber or taxi to go, I do a shot of either gin or tequila, whatever's left in the room, whatever my boyfriend and I did not finish. So, and then that usually and then we go have more.
Oh, Angela's never been.
My husband is a pilot. 50 years, safest way to travel. Thank you, Kathy.
They say that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's not smile and talk about flying. That's getting.
I want to fly.
That's getting kind of weird.
I flew to
Nancy because they're of all the wrecks that have been.
But we should at least read this.
Yes, but you don't have to smile about it.
No, I'm saying I
hear what you're
way
saying.
to travel.
No, I know, but we've had some really bad disasters in the last 24 hours.
Abby H, I love your dog. I love the picture in general. I love your hat. I flew to San Fran in the cockpit as my sister was a flight attendant with Virgin, and they were oversold. It was the 90s before 9/11. Happy holidays. Yeah, we got away with a lot of things back then.
Nancy and I once went. We went to the only time 9/11. Wait, was 9/11 before New York or after New York?
It was after.
It was after. So you and I really, our generation really went after 9/11. If you think about it,
My poor mom. Okay, so 9/11 happened, and our mom was visiting us in LA, and my grandma really wanted her to come back home, and my dad was watching.
Monique,
and Monique, our Bichon Frise. My grandma was getting towards the end of her life, unfortunately, and my dad was the only one taking care of grandma at that time because grandma lived with us, my mom and dad, at the end of her life. We kept the house, obviously, because that's where I live now, but we didn't want to. Obviously, we wouldn't. Grandma stays with us. So mom was in LA, and my mom wanted to get back to be with my grandma, and she knew Stephanie and I would be okay.
Burbank was shut down.
Burbank was totally shut down. LAX was a mess to fly out of.
You had to go through security points.
My mom's passport. My mom's not from this country. My mom's passport said Tunisia. It was very hard needless to say, it was very hard for my mom to get out. It took her a week to leave, just from LA to Portland.
Yeah, because Burbank had completely shut down the airport, and then everything was just going out of LAX, or you could drive to Orange County to John Wayne Airport. I mean, it was a mess. It was a mess.
I flew from LA to Sydney twice. It's a long flight, scary but good. I've never done that trek. Furthest we've gone is Thailand or
Thailand. Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, guys.
Hi, Linda.
Well, we just want to, just our thoughts go out to all those people who lost people.
Yeah, it's awful.
I mean, just they're showing all that stuff on X. I can't even watch it. I can't even turn it on. I'm just like,
I can't. I love X.
So bad.
I love X, and I love the freedom of speech, and I love everything. But the people that don't put up, don't just put the video up without any context at first. Because the one from Nova Scotia really freaked me the F out.
Well, you can't tell people what to do.
I'm not going to tell them what to do.
It's freedom of speech, and they can do whatever they want.
So. I'm not going to tell them what to do.
You can't say.
But holy cow! Actually, no, it was the South Korea one. Oh Lord, they don't give you any warning, and I don't believe in trigger warnings either. But wow, that really freaked me out. Have you spotted the Duke and Duchess of Sussex walking around Sussex?
My mom and dad
Someone
checked.
Must be Sussex in here.
My mom and dad checked. They were actually there not too long ago. They went on their 50th anniversary European adventure. And remember, they were asking around, going, "Have you seen Prince Harry?" But then we were supposed to do a whole video on
in Sussex, though. I don't know where you're getting Sussex.
Weren't they just on in the area?
They
were
like on the coast. I don't know where
they were in the area.
I don't know. You guys follow the show. You saw where they went.
They went to the UK.
Yeah. Oh, it's your first TWiN live.
Thumper.
Hi, Thumper.
Are you Twitter pated?
Yes.
Yes, Thumper.
Okay, guys, let's get this show started. So as we were going on, a New York Post article came out. Again, this is an American magazine. This is not the British tabloids. And it basically says why Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are disliked by Americans. Most unpopular kids in school.
That's mean and bullying, but
Stephanie and I have been saying this since the day they moved here. The Americans will not accept them.
They will turn on them.
They will turn, even the liberal ones, and they have.
I mean, where's George Clooney right now? Where's a mall?
Oh, George, you want to know where George Clooney is? I'll tell you where George Clooney. He's on this list.
No, I'm talking about for them.
Okay, Hollywood Reporter came up with the biggest losers and winners, and guess
I don't need to literally
George
know.
Clooney's op-ed about Joe, because people were like, "Who the hell are you to tell Joe Biden to step down?"
Oh, I didn't like that.
You've never served a day in your life.
No, you don't
You're
mess
a
around.
Hollywood
You don't
actor.
mess around with dementia, and you don't mess around with elder abuse. And George Clooney was messing around with both.
He made the Hollywood Reporter list.
Oh, great!
I just snorted because I was reading it. It was so
good.
funny.
I'm glad he did.
Okay, so they're disliked. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have lost favorability in the United States, and one royal expert believes she knows why. I could tell you. I give a lot of talks to Americans, and they all dislike Harry and Meghan. Ingrid Stewart, editor-in-chief of Majesty magazine and author of the royal biography My Mother and I, recently told The Standard. They hate that they let the Queen down. Thank you, Ingrid.
Oh,
that is exactly what we've been saying. We said this.
Wait,
this
they hate it?
Americans.
Oh.
Stephanie and I started this channel. Go back to our very first episode. The entire episode was dedicated to how disrespectful they were to Lady Susan Hussey, the Queen, the King, Queen Camilla. You cannot do elder abuse and then think like we're just going to forget about it.
I think they think that we have bad memories or something, or maybe they think we all have, dementia of some sort, but we remember everything and we're not going to let you get away with it until you got to apologize.
Yeah, you let the Queen down. And then, I know Sussex Squad's going to be like, well, they're allowed to live their own life. I agree with you.
Oh, go for it.
Go
live your own life.
Go live your own life.
Trust me. If you stop calling Backrid, no one's going to take your picture anymore.
Stop writing books.
You're the one calling. You're the one writing these magazines, and you're tipping off people.
I have an idea. Stop using your titles.
Just stop using your phone. Put your phone in a drawer and just go away.
We'll leave you alone.
Go away. Go away.
But you owe them an apology. You owe a posthumous apology to Prince Philip and the Queen.
Yes. And King Charles.
I just said to well, that's not posh. He's not gone yet.
No. I'm saying during that time, because then he had to step in and it was hard. It was the weight of the world.
You guys have no idea what you did to that family, and you owe them an apology. And we'll stop talking about you when that happens.
Yeah.
But until that happens, we're here.
Yeah. Go live somewhere. I don't care.
Harry, 40, and Meghan, 43, abandoned their royal lives in the UK and moved to the US in 2020. They subsequently turned against Harry's relatives, including Queen Elizabeth II, who died at 96 in September 20. Oh, it's been that long.
That's when Frankie passed away.
I miss her so. By blasting the royals in their bombshell 2021 interview with Oprah, as well as in their Harry and Meghan Netflix documentary, and do you see how it was piled on and piled on? Like when you put it next to each other, it's constant. It's a pile on. It's a pile on. The Duke of Sussex has since renounced his British residency and claimed America as his home in paperwork. But he's not a citizen.
Oh, we have a P.O. box, but I don't know what it is. Valley.
Okay, guys, I keep promising this, and I really will do this. After the show, under our under our YouTube thing where it says, our information, I will put the P.O. box. I keep forgetting. I apologize.
Valley, we'll put it.
Stephanie, write it down.
I'll remember, dude. Okay. I'll remember.
Dad, if you're listening,
you don't have to go into the mic.
But Dad knows it.
Yeah.
I don't know it.
It's P.O. Box Sidley.
Something. No, it's not. It's not. I know, but they might. It's not P.O. Box Sidley.
What would you send that to?
I don't know. Okay. Okay. So he's not a U.S. citizen, but he pretends to be on TV. As he remains estranged from the rest of his family, he and Meghan live in a plush 14. That's debatable. Another royal expert to die for daily podcast host Kinsey Schofield, we love Kinsey, told The Standard that Donald Trump's son Eric had the right idea when he previously said that Americans don't care about Harry. And he's right.
One thing he's right.
One thing I agree with him on
One thing
that
I agree
one.
with him.
We lost interest in Harry and Meghan after realizing we had given them way too much credit over the years.
And money.
And meanwhile, Hollywood publicist Jane Owen claimed the Sussexes are definitely not doing well in LA's social scene. Quite frankly, they were given every opportunity to shine in Hollywood, said Owen. They had a huge deal at the top of streaming network, a massive budget, and an audience eager to listen and watch. All they had to do was work. Like, they had a podcast on Spotify.
It could work.
If I had that deal with Spotify, I would go to work every day. I would work 12 hours a day.
I know.
I would sleep there.
I know golf pros that have podcasts that literally go 24 hours sometimes in it just because they have to cover each thing.
Yeah.
It's called work.
Yeah.
You can't just work an hour a week, Harry.
They have done worse than nothing. They have actively destroyed the opportunities they were given. I've always said Hollywood could be compared to high school in terms of how people behave.
Oh, yes.
And to use that analogy, they've become the most unpopular kids in school.
It's true.
Yeah.
Hollywood's a
Diz fan 9212. We never cared until after the deaths of Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip. I actually cared after the Oprah interview.
Are we talking about the Queen? We never cared for the Queen until then?
We never cared until.
Are we talking about the Queen?
No, we never cared about them.
I cared after the Oprah interview.
Yeah, for me, and that could be. And thank you for the.
It was the Oprah interview because Prince Philip was sick.
Yeah,
and I remember he was dying.
And let's just say that they had lived. Prince Philip and Queen Elizabeth, which would have been wonderful. They had lived another 10 years.
They lived to be 100.
They were making their lives hell. They called them racist.
Dude, that's the worst thing. That's putting a target on someone's back.
They called them
It doesn't
racist.
matter if it's true or not. You could be spit-faced lying about it. You could say that person's racist. The target's there. The target's there.
They did it during the George Floyd riots.
Oh, God.
Do you know how insane it was?
And
back
talk about
then?
the security having to be couldn't give Prince Philip those last few months.
Yep.
Couldn't give it to him.
It was a month.
Or it was a
week.
Month. Sorry. Couldn't give Prince Philip the last few
weeks. Last year, Harry and Meghan lost their $20 million deal with Spotify after their company, Archwell Audio, produced a mere 12 podcasts during a 2.5-year span.
That's crazy.
And they were the worst podcasts ever known.
I just listened to maybe one with Nancy, and then I was like, no.
You listened to the Korean spa.
That was it. That was it. Was it Margaret Cho?
I can't remember.
I can't remember who was on with her, but I think it was Margaret. But it was like listening to paint dry.
Oh, we should stop. We have breaking news. Jimmy Carter. Guys, he would. You know what? We should show respect, but this is a good thing. He's with his lovely wife Rosalind,
How old was
he was 100. I think he was 100. Stephanie's gonna look up his age. I don't think it matters. Dude was in hospice care.
Yeah, but it's always sad because he was such a good guy.
He was a very great humanitarian. Stephanie's gonna look it up right now. Again, it doesn't matter. It's Jimmy, not Jim.
I know, but it's age at 100.
He died at 100 years old. God rest his soul. He's with his yes, he was in a vegetative state. And I didn't like how the Democrats were using him as a political pawn. But that's what Democrats do now. That's what they're known for.
Let's not get political when someone passes away.
I'm not getting political. Jimmy Carter was a very wonderful humanitarian. He did Habitat for Humanity, and him and his wife did amazing things. They didn't just go, hey, we lost the presidency. He was a one-termer, blah, blah, blah.
I put some pictures there.
Okay. He was a one-termer, blah, blah, blah. We're now going to go feel sorry for ourselves. No, they actually did things. And before he became president, there's an excellent story. I want to say it's about Canada. Okay. I want to say, here, I'm going to look it up real fast. He has an amazing war story.
I'm sure he has many.
No. This
amazing
one a lot of people don't know about, but I'm gonna look it up right now. Stephanie, you can look up the
He was just, when did I see him last on TV? He was on.
I can tell you.
He went to the funeral of someone. Who was it?
I saw him last on TV. Waves.
No. Whose funeral was it that he went to?
He went to George. He went to George W. Bush's funeral. That's where you saw him.
Barbara Bush. Barbara
Bush passed away first. Then he went to not George W. George W. is still alive. George H. W.
Okay. That's where I saw him, and they wheeled him in, and I just remember going, God, I hope he's not in any pain. But yes, Queen G, it looks like President Carter did pass away at 100. He lived a very long life, and Nancy's trying to find a war story. Again, I think he's got millions of war stories. Was it George? Okay, yeah, I was at his funeral. That was the last place I saw him.
On TV. Oh no, the Democrats paraded him around like a month ago.
I don't remember that.
Oh no, they paraded him around, and the poor man's in a vegetative state in a wheelchair. His mouth is
disrespectful.
No, they need to know this because they did it to Dianne Feinstein too. They did it to Dianne Feinstein too. They need to know what they did. Mm-hmm. They paraded him around. His mouth was gaped open.
I'm trying to get her to stop. She won't. We got to move on.
Okay, let's go back to the story.
But we do. Our thoughts go out to his family, and everyone around the country because it's sad. It's sad.
President
of the United States.
Now we're gonna see the state funeral.
Yeah, we are. Oh wow. Okay.
Cast of characters.
We're gonna get because Bill Clinton, I believe, is in the hospital. He's sick with pneumonia.
He didn't get out yet?
No, I believe he's still in there he was in there for the holidays. And then, so we'll see him, we'll see the Obamas, we'll see President Trump and Melania, and George Bush passed away, Barbara passed away.
Yeah, we'll see everybody.
We'll see George, everybody, but the seating's going to be interesting. So.
I know how the seating's going to be.
Yeah.
It's going to be Biden. Well, no, depending on before the inauguration.
God, I wonder if Biden's going to show up if he's healthy enough.
It'll be Biden, Jill, Trump, Melania, Obama, Michelle, what's his face, George, Barbara, Clinton, Hillary, and then the other two are gone. Carter's gone, and then that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
and then the vice presidents will be behind him.
I don't know if he's going to be healthy. He had a horrible fever. I guess the fever put him in the hospital initially.
This is the thing, though. Carter might have been like, I don't want a state funeral. He might have been like, I don't want this drama. Because this is
they're going to give it to him.
This is really going to be interesting because Washington is already locked and loaded getting ready for the inauguration. And now you've got a state funeral for a president. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
But again, great humanitarian. We've always grown up respecting Jimmy Carter. Sad day for the country, sad day for America. But
it's Laura Bush. No, I think Nancy
did I say Laura?
Yeah,
Barbara. Sorry.
No, it's not Barbara. It's Laura Bush.
I'm thinking of the twins because their names are Laura and Barbara,
right,
and I get them mixed up. Sorry, they have twins and they named.
Oh, he was released. I don't know. I heard he was released. Well, there's conflicting articles, so I don't know. We're not going to know. We're not going to know.
I feel like we're at the age of those who used to look at when we were young, the people we grew up knowing and seeing are all passing away. Well, it's like, it's sad. It's hang on to those you love then. Tell the people you love now. Don't do that thing where you're like, oh man, when was the last time I called that person? Never have regrets.
Yeah.
We were never taught to do that. It's like, my boyfriend probably hates it, but I'm always like, call me when you land and call me when you get to the hotel.
I think everybody does that with their significant others.
Not everybody.
Really? Mm-mm. Nobody calls your significant other?
Or like, are you like constantly telling him like to do things so he stays alive and things like that?
That's funny.
Yeah.
They recently Olivia Munn and
I saw that. I sent
Did
that
you
to
see
him.
that?
I sent him the clip.
Okay, well, let me say what it is.
Yeah.
Olivia Munn was honored because she's been fighting breast cancer.
Glamour.
And Glamour honored her, and then John Mulaney came out, who is her current husband, and her husband, and he was reading her text messages at the beginning of their relationship, and it was all like, "Be very careful, John, like don't watch out for crazy cars."
Yeah.
It's like silly things like that where it's like you're constantly just going, okay, just be careful because you could get monkeypox at any time.
At any time.
And she's serious, because you want to always protect the people that you love.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard when somebody goes out on the road a lot because you're constantly like, what city?
I don't know what that feels like.
No, but when they're in like so many different cities and then hear like what you hear, there's like, something happened at a mall.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait a second, I know he doesn't like malls, but did he go to a mall?
My ex-boyfriend used to be, is it Arch Enemy?
Yeah.
Arch Enemy's tour manager. And he was traveling through Europe at the during the holidays, and he was then going to come home for Christmas. And there was a bombing at the arena that they were going to play the next night. Freaked me out.
Was that Germany?
I believe it was Germany. It was Munich or something like that. That's Germany. But I was terrified, man. I was terrified.
Yeah.
And I don't get scared that often, but you go, God, that was close.
Yeah. And
that was close.
They don't get it. They don't get it. They think we're being crazy.
They think we're being nuts, but when you do have, and then
early on in our relationship, I would get mad because like if I didn't know, like, wait, you're not telling me where you're going. And I think he thought at first I was like checking in on him, but I literally said, what if you die and I don't know about it? But I hear about it on Twitter.
Yeah. All my boyfriends were fine with it.
No.
They liked it. I don't know why yours would have a problem with it.
Because
mine all would check in with me if I went to the grocery store.
I don't think he was ever used to somebody doing that.
Oh, okay.
Like actually caring.
Okay. All right, let's go.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Back to the article.
actually having a heart.
I don't think so. I think without like a ulterior motive,
Okay.
I think so. I think when you're famous and you have money at such a young age, people come and go and then you're skeptical of why certain people feel the way they do. And I don't think he was used to it. Now he knows what I tell him to do. Archetypes, which Meghan hosted and co-produced with Harry, focused on exploring the labels that hold women back.
Oh yeah, that really made an impact on feminism. I mean, I can't remember the last time a woman had such a meaningful podcast in my life.
You guys, it was so bad. She didn't even do
Vanity Project.
She didn't even conduct interviews. It was her producer, and they would do snippets. And then there was like 20 minutes of ads. Remember the ads?
God, that was like every 5 minutes there was an ad.
Oh, I mean, I've never seen a podcast with so many ads.
We mentioned that. We were like, how are there so many ads in this? It's like I was getting ad overload. All right, we're going to keep going, guys.
Harry and Meghan's clout has taken a hit over the past 2 years.
Meghan and Harry's ego has taken a hit.
Stacey Jones, founder of LA marketing agency Hollywood Branded, told The Standard, Hollywood operates on trust that a project will deliver, that a partnership will be beneficial, and that public perception will remain positive. That's why they can't bring down Mel Gibson. Because they know that anything he puts out, they suck his bum. He can say whatever he wants because they know that anything he puts out is going to be a box office bonanza.
Yeah.
He never makes bad movies.
Yeah.
Jones continues. So what I'm saying is Harry and Meghan could be jerks and be stupid and whatever, but if their projects made money, they probably wouldn't have this issue right now.
If Harry was the Harry that we all grew up with, it would have been a different story. But they're not. That guy's not here anymore. That guy's gone.
Yeah, they're not making them any money.
No.
Jones continued, losing the Spotify deal in 2023 lingered into 2024. What happened to Lemonada?
What happened?
And without a major win this year, and we will show you guys tomorrow's show, there was no win. They struggled to regain their footing. However, access isn't the issue for Harry and Meghan. It's enthusiasm. They're not going to struggle to get a table at the top restaurant. Where did they go? They went to, oh no, she did a pap walk at Cipriani's during the day.
During the day.
They're not going to struggle to get a table at the top restaurant.
Only Serena Williams struggles to get a table at the top restaurant. But Meghan and Harry don't struggle to get that. Only Serena. And then she complains about it on X. And we all have to hear how she didn't get her foie gras
in Paris. We'll always generate buzz at events, but Hollywood's excitement about them has cooled compared to their early days.
Yeah, because at the beginning, people were throwing money at them. When they first got off that plane and walked into LA, I would have thrown money at them. I was betting on that horse. I was one of those idiots.
You did.
I was like, they're going to do good. She's going to help animals here. He's going to help children.
And then Oprah.
And then Oprah hit, and it was like, you just bamboozled me. And now I want an apology for the Queen. That's how I was.
This is interesting. Saint Hudson says, if the Kardashians can turn it around, I believe they can do it too, but they be willing to learn. They really need to hire Kris Jenner. You know what? Saint Hudson, I'll bring it back up. I would love that if they hired Kris Jenner. But see, this is the problem. The Kardashians are willing to make asses of themselves. They're willing to put out sex tapes. They're willing to be completely uninhibited.
They do things to the kids now that are questionable.
Exactly. Harry will never allow that. And I think to a point, King Charles won't either. I think it would just be devastating to the family. So I think there's a limit
to what those never turned it around. The Kardashians, they thrive off bad press.
Yeah, they
need bad press. If they don't have if they have good press, that's a bad day for them. They didn't sell any product.
Yeah. We believe they will exploit their kids.
Oh,
such a cute picture of that dog.
Baby.
We believe they will exploit the kids during the cooking show if it comes out. Doesn't want to work, only publicity for it.
Yeah,
of course.
Of course, she's trading it for this is why she was so uncomfortable when she was in the UK as a working royal. Oh, those 72 days. She was so uncomfortable during those walkabouts. She wasn't getting any money out of it. She couldn't Instagram. Those selfies weren't going out there like she thought they were going to, do. Yeah. She couldn't autograph anything, obviously, but there was no money involved in walkabouts. All the walkabouts were doing was showing people that she cared. Mm-hmm. And Meghan is a narcissist. She doesn't care about anybody but herself. So that didn't work. Walkabouts aren't going to work.
Busy Bee makes a really good point that the Kardashians are done.
They are.
You know what? I tend to agree, because if that video that Kim put out about Santa Baby had been put out 5 years ago,
oh man,
it would have been on everybody's lips. But I barely saw it trending. Did you?
Nope. When I put it out, it got some traction. And I looked at some publications, but that was it. Just my tweet.
Yeah.
I'm nobody. I'm the girl next door. I'm nobody. So I don't know why that would even matter.
Lily's mom says, "Don't you know who I am? Me. Can I smack the bejesus out of you now?
Don't you know me? Don't you know me?" And then in Germany, right before the Queen passed away, they had that fake walkabout where they were hiring those extras to come in that we saw. Remember the girls that they kept recycling those extras because they wanted the youth. They wanted the youth taking selfies.
Yeah.
And then they got Princess Catherine, and now we got Charlotte.
Yeah.
So guess what, Meghan? Charlotte is going to win that youth.
That's what? Cute, Busy Bee.
What? My husband came in and
said, "Annie on TV. Your Annie is a star."
Star, Busy Bee. But Charlotte's gonna get the youth vote. She's gonna get the young vote.
Yes.
Not Meghan.
Insiders previously claimed that the Sussexes have lost touch with some of their closest Hollywood pals.
Yeah.
Over the years, they're saying over the years, Meghan and Harry have developed bonds.
No, they haven't.
First of all, Priyanka Chopra and her were friends before because I think, and this is Nancy's opinion, I think Priyanka was a yacht girl too, allegedly.
Yeah, there were things
I think there were things going on there because Priyanka sold out when she sold that skin whitening thing.
Yeah.
You know, she knew the game, and Priyanka was all over the place.
She also is really rude to the press.
And that marriage she's in right now, allegedly, that I believe was a setup. That allegedly, this is all allegedly, because no offense, that guy looks like he's 12 years old. But whatever. She does look like her dad. So cute. Serena Williams was also a setup that was done by their agent.
WME.
Elton John was, I think, just feeling sorry for Harry, but he gave up a long time ago.
Yeah, he was with the king recently.
Yeah. Ellen DeGeneres lied for them many times. She had Meghan on her show. So again, a business. I don't know why they mentioned David and Victoria Beckham. They were done with those two.
Oh, I think the Oprah interview sealed the deal too.
Oprah Winfrey, obviously, because we saw them at the bookstore together. Tyler Perry, obviously, he's not going anywhere. And George and Amal Clooney.
They're gone. They're not around.
First of all, I haven't seen them together since the wedding. I saw Amal at the baby shower. But
that was a
also a WME thing.
That was a WME event.
Yeah. In June, Princess Diana's former butler, Paul Burrell, claimed that several Hollywood stars have turned down recent invites from the couple. Burrell told the Post Sorry, guys. Burrell told the Post more recently that celebrities would rather be associated with Prince William and Princess Catherine rather than the Sussexes. Big, fat duh.
Well, we saw
big fat.
George Clooney is not a loyal person, and I'm going to tell you this: if that dude campaigned for Biden, man, he campaigned for him during the pandemic, and I'm telling you this, he turned on him. So I don't know anybody that would go, yeah, let's be friends. George will do the same thing to you that he did to Biden. He's going to do the same thing.
Stephanie, do you remember when him and Brad Pitt used to put movies out together, how big that was? They put out a movie a couple months ago, called Wolves. Does anybody even know what I'm talking about right now?
Did it come out and...
It bombed, and then it went straight to streaming. I thought it went
right to can't. Okay.
No, it bombed. They tried to put it in theaters, and then Apple started playing it then on their streaming
I haven't
service.
even heard about it.
I know.
I haven't even heard
I'm glad. Because
Clooney
you shouldn't have that stupid ego. And I don't like Brad Pitt hanging out with another woman. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I don't like it. I know people have to move on and they have to be happy, but it rubs me the wrong way, and I don't like it.
I don't like it.
Okay, we supported you and Angelina. We were Team Jolie. So now,
you're doing
this.
We really had to hurt Jennifer Aniston in that process, because we had to go through a lot of transitions as a public when we heard about you guys and you were pregnant, and we were excited for you because he always wanted a baby, and maybe Jennifer didn't necessarily want. I don't know. I wasn't there, but it was hard because obviously we love Jennifer Aniston. It was hard. So we're not down with you dating someone else, Brad. It's not cool,
especially someone that kind of looks like
she's
her.
Kind of culty too.
Yeah. Entry lawyer said the Kardashians invite the Markles and kids over for Christmas, and they I don't think that's true at all.
Only one
thank
of
you
them
very
could
much.
go.
Our animal rescue today, guys. If you can go into the description box below, if you want to give us, if you like the show and you want to give us tips and you want to be so sweet, we actually ask that you directly go to the website for the animal rescue. That way they get 100% of the proceeds. And YouTube, I love you, YouTube, but YouTube doesn't take out, percentage of it. So go directly to them. It's a great rescue. They help animals all over the New York area find homes. There's a lot of animals in the shelters right now in New York. It drives me crazy. But we want to get them out. Some are saying Harry is in Africa at Spencer's home. Well, they were supposedly invited.
With Chelsea.
They were supposedly, hi Shaz, I like your picture. They were supposedly invited to Antwerp with the Spencers or whatever. I don't think that's true. They're laying low, and I can tell you that they're laying low because we have pictures of
I think
Spencer.
the next time we're going to see her is the cooking show. I think so.
So we've got yeah, they do. Texas Gal 07. That's why we ask you to directly go to because we really are
But
here.
if you send something here, we're going to send
we'll get it there.
We'll match it.
Yeah.
How about that?
But we definitely we do this show because we want to bring awareness to our charities. So
and money.
That's why we want to bring that's why we ask you to go directly to that. And it's awesome when you do. Okay, so Abigail, the reason why
okay, tell who that is. People are going, Nancy, who is that?
So Abigail Spencer, Meghan's best friend, and Nacho, that's not Nacho, but Nacho, Harry's supposed best friend, they spent the holidays in Aspen together. So why would Meghan and Harry's best friend hang out together for the holidays? This is all them. I guess Nacho had like a polo tournament
in the snow.
Because
I'm sure the horses love that.
Like I said, it's such an inclusive sport.
It's so inclusive.
So great.
I've never seen so much inclusivity in my life.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Abby. Oh, look again. I love your dog.
Look at the baby.
I just amazing. Just the people they hang out with. It's amazing.
They're there.
So, So Abigail put pictures of her kids. So you knew they spent the holiday. Well, she did. Here they are. Just again. You see the furs in Aspen.
Cool.
Exclusive, inclusive.
I mean, anyone. You guys, seriously, anyone can hang out with Nacho and Abigail. Okay, you could be from the inner cities and just go and hang out in you Aspen. Could get a flight to Aspen, just walk on in, and they will accept you.
Abigail Spencer's TV show did bomb. It bombed big time.
Good.
Did she think it was going to do well? Oh Lord. Yes, Rebel Wilson was there too.
Yeah, she's got a WME thing going on.
There's something going on.
Better Up maybe.
Whether it was faux fur or not, it's definitely portraying a lifestyle that does not show I'm a humanitarian. No. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, so here is Abigail put a picture up of them having dinner, again, probably at a very exclusive Aspen restaurant. There is Nacho. So again, Harry's best friend, Meghan's best friend separately are hanging out in Aspen for the holidays.
It wouldn't shock me if they were, maybe, if you think they might be there?
I thought they were.
Might be there.
I thought they were.
Because there's always stuff that comes out later on then where it's like they Photoshop the pictures or they edit the pictures because Meghan had one too many cigarettes that day and her face.
It would not.
Oh, there's Anna Kendrick.
That's why Rebel was there and
Pitch Perfect.
And then see the girl. Thank you very much, Sean. Love for the doggies.
Oh, we'll send it on over.
That is what see the girl in the right-hand corner, the blonde.
Yes.
She's a comedian. I had to look her up. Oh
yeah,
my God. She is so not funny, but she's a comedian. That's all I know about her. But oh Lord, she's not funny. She's one of those woke comedians. Haha, we don't want Ellen back.
God,
but don't you think somebody
or UK?
But don't you think somebody would have leaked it like they were there?
No, because I think that the pictures need to be photoshopped for her because she doesn't look great.
But then this is what I found fascinating. Abigail said 10-year friend anniversary. So does that mean friends with the people she went with or friends with Nacho? Because that would mean that her and Meghan, because her and Meghan have been friends for that long. When Meghan got divorced from Trevor, that was about 10 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
A little over 10 years ago. That was when Meghan started hanging out on the alleged yachts and with other people. Jessica Maroney, Marcus, we know now what's his face, Massan, all those people. Massan was connected to Nacho. We have pictures of that as well. That's not allegedly. We actually have proof of that. But what I'm saying is this 10-year friend anniversary, how do they all know each other, I wonder? Gee, could they have all been partying a long time together? Could they have been plotting this all along?
Yeah, I'm sure they.
So it's very sus. It's very sus.
I hate when people do that. That Charlie's Angel thing. Why do chicks keep doing that? Why do they do it?
Nacho is married. He's married to Delfina. She's a heiress.
Edis.
And they have
but because Nacho is all walks of life guy. He's not gonna he's gonna marry the girl running the flower shop down the street.
That's true. Yeah.
He's not gonna marry an heiress.
Yeah, polos for everybody.
Polos for every single person out there.
Yeah, Soho House too. All these people are connected somehow to the Soho House.
Now Ellen is too. She's doing ads for it.
All roads lead. So she put this all over. So she spent the holidays in Aspen. Again, I don't see why Abigail Spencer, and I just look at her as she was a day player on All My Children for about a year. She had a very small role. She played Rebecca, and she wasn't that good.
She's got a big role in this cult.
Yeah, and then she just pops up all over the place. This is another story. That was so stupid.
What?
Okay, guys, I didn't read Spare. Steph didn't read Spare. The only time we ever think about Spare is when we hear stories plucked from Spare, or we see
Dr. Mate,
or we see Sussex Squad go, well, it's true because he wrote it in Spare.
I'm sure he's not a liar.
He wrote it in Spare. Sorry to be blunt, but is the Soho House thing a swingers club?
No, it's a pickup joint for.
I don't think it's a swingers club. It's a pickup joint.
It's a pickup joint for rich men and worldly women.
There's other places that are swinger clubs, but I don't think Soho House is one of them.
I don't know.
I mean, it might be. I don't think it's a swingers club. I really don't.
I think it would have. I think women like to escort men there.
Yes,
that's what I think. That's my opinion.
I think there's a lot of escorting back and forth there.
Well, I've been watching
maybe a little trafficking. You don't know.
But we're watching. See, looking at those Aspen pictures and seeing all those people together and see again the inclusivity of those people. I watched Squid Game. Too.
Don't tell me I'm watching it tonight.
I'm not, but obviously the first one. You saw the first one.
Anything.
You saw the first one, right?
I saw the first one.
The first one is obviously remember the VIP episode? We're watching this in real time, aren't we?
They make movies.
We're watching Nacho say this is for everybody. And then you're thinking, it's not for the poor people.
It's a respectable.
It's for the rich people, isn't it?
It's a respectable
brothel. Yeah, it could very well be. That's your opinion, Cheryl. Could very well be. But I'm saying it's like you watch the classes versus the masses and you go, I'm watching this crap in real time. This is actually happening.
Well, how do you think they get those ideas? How do you think my French films, my torture porn films start?
We're not going to go into that.
Okay.
That's
I don't like Squid Games.
I watched Squid Game. I saw the first one and then I watched now the season 2. And good news, guys. Season 2, don't worry. Season 3 is coming out this year or 2025. So we don't have to wait 3 years.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you a story though.
Thank you, Margie.
About Squid Games. My ex-boyfriend, Greg Chun, who is a wonderful voice actor and an amazing producer, musician, he is the voice for the lead.
He hired us in our first equity waiver
It is
show.
so distracting to hear your ex-boyfriend as the lead in Squid Games because it's like everything's just coming at you. You're like, what? But he was like my first serious boyfriend. Like
that's when
spent the night at his house.
That's when worlds collided for us. That's when we knew we were in LA and we were hanging in the circles because
they're
Greg's apartment building. You go into the elevator. It was in Burbank, and you go into the elevator, and the older brother from Boy Meets World, and he was dating Jennifer Love Hewitt at the time.
So Jennifer and I would go
just there, and you're like, yeah.
But every time we would visit our boyfriends, like Jennifer Love Hewitt and I would be in the same elevator together. We were on different floors, but it was funny.
Well, I have a good story about that.
But I got to tell you,
do you not want to hear my story?
The most distracting.
She's talking over me. She doesn't want me to tell it.
No, I'm just finishing what I was saying. The most distracting thing about Squid Game 2, because I didn't want to get a headache and read the subtitles, is listening to your ex-boyfriend as the lead.
I'm gonna do subtitles.
Because his voice is so sexy.
I'm doing the subtitles.
His voice is so sexy.
And he plays the piano.
Oh, he's so hot. He is hot, man.
So the first time we ever went to Greg's apartment, and we had don't worry, we knew Greg. He was the music director of a show we were hired to be in. And
that's how we met.
Yeah, and that's how we met. And he's like, "Do you want to come over to my apartment?" We all went. Everybody was there. And we had just moved there. We were in school, and it was just real. Everything was new and fresh to us.
No, it's the brother, Marcia, the older brother of Fred Savage.
Not Fred Savage,
or the kid.
The kid.
It was the older brother.
What was his name?
Mr. Feeney's.
Nemesis.
I don't know what his name was, but Jennifer Love Hewitt was dating him at the time.
Yeah, you could probably look up who she was dating back then, and his picture will come right up. But anyway,
Boy Meets World, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
No, Boy Meets. What was his name? He was the older brother.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
It doesn't matter.
Ben Savage was but the older brother of Ben Savage. It wasn't Ben Savage. Jennifer Love Hewitt would not date Ben Savage back then. No, she wouldn't. He's too young.
It's the older brother on the show. It's not the older brother of a Savage brother.
Will Friedle.
Okay, there you go.
We didn't know him. We just would always ride the elevator.
I knew her.
Yeah. I knew her because I was like, oh my God. The first thing I thought was she really is full figured.
She's got a great body.
I was like,
Jennifer Love Hewitt's hot.
And she's like our age. And
her body really is a wonderland.
I was like, wow.
Whoa.
I couldn't believe it.
Hello.
But we're in Greg's apartment, and all we wanted to sing was Miss Saigon songs because we were obsessed with Miss Saigon.
We saw it like 11 times.
Yeah, the year before when we lived in when we were still in Portland in high school.
And he had friends that were in the musical. Yeah, because he was in that.
So he's just like playing the. And I was like, oh my God, I saw the tour last year 8 times. Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, who was your favorite character? And I was like, I love the guy, Michael K. Lee, who played Tui. He was so great. He's my favorite. And oh my God, he's so great. And then Greg looks at me with like the most serious face ever. Guys, this is a true story. He looks at me with the most serious face ever. And he goes, he's my roommate.
He did.
I said, you're such a liar, dude.
Michael K. Lee was my boyfriend's
I said, wait a second.
roommate.
Are you telling me that I am sitting in your apartment right now? We just met. Last year, I was going to watch Miss Saigon when the tour was in Portland 8 times. And I went and saw this guy and I was freaking out over him. And I got his autograph. I stayed at the stage door at the bed. I
was also 17.
I was
or 16.
so young. And you mean to tell me that you're saying that that's your roommate? No, it's not, dude. Nice try. He goes, it is, and he's going to be home soon. He's doing a show with East West Players, and he's coming home soon. I said, you're lying. So, anyways, we hear the door shut. We're in the hallway down in Greg's room, where his room was, because that's where his piano was. And he goes, go out there. And I go, I think I will. And I go out there, and Michael K. Lee is looking in the refrigerator and
hot as ever with a wife beater on.
Oh, he was so hot, his body. My 18-year-old body, like, I feel like I'm going to cry right now reliving it. My 18-year-old self was like, and you know how you think you know everything back then? You're like, oh, so this is the plan. We're supposed to get married. Like, we're supposed to get married. Like, oh, this is the guy I'm supposed to lose my virginity to.
Greg and I had a better shot at marriage than you guys.
So, oh my God.
So hot, right?
I only got as far as making out with him.
Jeez, Nancy, mom and dad might be watching.
I think I told mom and dad when it happened. I was so excited.
Okay, there you go.
But yeah,
but Greg Chun, my ex-boyfriend.
I got to make out with Michael K. Lee.
Greg Chun, guys, if you're not following him, I guess he does voice for the gamers. Like,
I think Michael lives in Korea now.
He does.
He lives in South Korea.
Huge talent.
And then I find out that Michael K. Lee, he's like talking to me about Miss Saigon and stuff because I'm this dork. And he's like, Leia Salonga, I used to date her.
Yeah, he said that.
So your 18-year-old mind is blown at that point.
Completely gone.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was awesome.
I don't know how we got there, but yeah.
Through me.
While Meghan Markle was yachting, this is what Stephanie and I were doing.
But Greg Chun does a great job, guys. If you're going to not do the sequels on Squid Game, and you hear the American accent.
Sean, I just didn't kiss him. We made out. We went in his room and listened to music.
Nancy!
We listened to music
Will
and
you
made
stop,
out.
man?
It was awesome.
Jeez.
It was great.
Oh my God. Enough now.
He's in Korea hiding from us now.
Yeah, probably. No, he is. He's like a huge star now.
Oh my gosh, we send each other notes back and forth.
And how hot are the guys in Squid Game?
We still talk.
It's the hottest Squid Game.
Squid Game. Gonna watch that, but I'm gonna do the subtitles because it does freak me out
to hear Greg's voice. Right?
Did he sing for you? Not only did he sing for me, I made him sing with me.
Yes.
I made him do Last Night of the World from Miss Saigon. I made him do it. And he was willing to do anything because, you make out with me then.
Oh, but God, Nancy, you sound like you sound like a yacht girl.
Well, they know I'm not like it's the giddiness on my face. But yeah, we sang not Sun and Moon, but yeah, Last Night. So stay with me and hold me tight and dance like it's the last night of the world. Dreams were all I ever knew. This was back when I thought I was gonna make it. No, I didn't. But yeah, we were in a show with Greg. That's how we met Greg. Okay.
Everybody watched Squid Game. I don't even know what we were talking about. Oh, the classes versus the masses.
Yeah, the classes versus the masses.
That's what we were talking about. And then it went on to the actual plot of Squid Game.
I'm living vicariously through my younger self. That's what I'm doing. Okay. No, we know she's alive. Laura's alive. We were talking about Barbara. Sorry, Barbara Bush. Okay, Prince Harry still has the Duke of Sussex title, but he says he was offered to give it up. Does anybody believe this story at all? Does anybody believe this story at all? Prince Harry was adamant. He wrote in the first days of and he's talking about the Sandringham Summit. I sent him a watermarked letter broadly outlining the idea with bullet points and many details. Prince Harry was adamant that if a resolution couldn't be reached, he would gladly give up his royal title. What? He continued throughout the exchanges that followed, all marked private and confidential. Of course he's saying that. You know why? You know why he's saying that? Because that way nobody can show it. He never has to show proof. I hammered the essential theme. We were prepared to make any sacrifice necessary to find some peace and safety, including relinquishing our Sussex titles. So who the hell made you keep the titles? Do you think so you mean to tell me King Charles and the Queen were like, no, we really want Meghan to keep that Sussex title. We want Meghan to be known as Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. If that doesn't happen, then we're just not going to be happy. It's just not going to work out. Sorry. This is where things get complicated between Prince Harry and King Charles. I rang to get his thoughts. He wouldn't come to the phone. Prince Harry added, I soon received a long email from him saying we'd have to sit down and discuss the whole thing in person. He'd like us to come back as soon as possible.
Wait, what? Who's saying this?
Oh, this is in 2020 when they were hammering out the Sandringham Summit.
Oh, right.
When Prince Harry made arrangements to return to London, King Charles was too busy to see him and asked if he could return at a later date. The answer is yes. King Charles is the king. You're nobody. If he says come back, you come back. The Duke of Sussex turned down the offer because it didn't coordinate with his schedule. Oh,
should coordinate with his schedule.
So, Stephanie, did you know that they were willing to give up their titles? Did you know that?
That's really big of them.
Yeah. Sure, Jan.
You know
Jan.
You know what Michael K. Lee would never do? He'd never be disrespectful to his elders.
No. Oh God, no.
It's called respect.
Respect. That boy was respectful. No.
Man.
Everybody I ever came into contact, like I feel bad for people who have stories about like, oh, the celebrity tried to. Every celebrity I've ever like come into contact with, they've always been so nice and respectful, except for Paul Feig. That guy's a jerk. But everybody else was fine. I don't have any issues. Bill Maher once at the Sunset Room. It's not there anymore, but Bill Maher once was there. Remember that night we met Hugh Hefner?
Your dog was barking.
He was there with the Playmates, and Bill Maher was with him, and he was with a Playmate. And
How
Bill
was
Maher,
he disrespectful to his? I'm talking about elders.
I was standing at the bar.
What does it have to do with elders?
No, I was just saying in general.
What?
I changed the.
No, we don't need to do that. I just said, who wouldn't be? I had to go check on your dog.
He was a little disrespectful, but then he ended up buying me a drink as an apology.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, guys. We're still doing our collab with Revealing, right? Revealing got 10,000 subscribers. Good job, guys.
Everybody, the first time we ever chatted with Revealing, we were so excited because we were like 10,000 by Christmas, and you guys did it. That's awesome. She puts in the time, she puts in the effort. She actually goes through these clips. I mean, she is amazing because half the stuff that now I'm using is her material. And I want to thank her for that because it's like, wow, you do all the work, babe.
Yeah, she's great.
She's great. So thank you for giving her acknowledgement, and we got to keep her page going. She's awesome. We got to support our girls in this community. We got to support everybody.
Yeah. This is why I bring it up.
Because we're not bots.
Yeah. So she's got this picture. I've seen this picture obviously before, but this is Meghan this is her on that USO tour thingy because she was trying to court Harry back then and look like she was a humanitarian. She had to squeeze a lot in 1 year.
Of course.
She had to go to India, Rwanda. She had to do this USO tour. But we're gonna go through the videos that reveal not here. We're gonna do it on her show. But I wanted you to show the guy's face. She then
yeah, look at that. He's like, "What are you doing?
Look at that.
What are you doing? What is wrong with this woman?" That's foreshadowing things to come.
I mean, could you imagine? Okay, so why do I bring that up? I bring that up because there is this picture going around of Bing Crosby. Okay, we all know he was not a very nice father. He was a disciplinarian, but this has nothing to do with that.
To do with anything?
I'm about to say something about the troops.
But why talk about that?
I'm not. I'm just to anybody who's going to say anything in the comments. Okay, guys. So Bing Crosby used to go around, and a lot of people used to do this back then. Is they used to go around and entertain the troops, which is a great thing.
You still do it.
And Bing Crosby, there's a story going around about him going during the holidays and singing White Christmas. And I wanted to share it with everybody because I want you guys to remember this as I tell you this story. When Bing Crosby's nephew asked him casually late in Bing's life about the most difficult moment of his career, he expected some juicy gossip about a difficult Hollywood director or the story of a struggle with a studio. But Bing instead told him it was on a USO tour in December of 1944 in an open-air field in France. He just made 15,000 French and American troops laugh and holler with Dinah Shore and the Andrews Sisters, and now had to close the show with a quieter number, White Christmas. He described having to maintain his composure and vocal control in front of 15,000 crying GIs as the toughest moment of his career. He never wore his toupee on USO tours, a small thing he thought these occasions were above Hollywood artifice, and more importantly, insisted that no officers or other top brass got front row seats. Front row seats belong to enlisted men who were headed for the front lines. A few days after this performance of White Christmas, his audience was sent to the Battle of the Bulge, one of the deadliest battles in the history of humanity. Now that is how it's done. This story made me cry. It's all over the internet right now, but I really wanted to share it with you guys because it really brought tears to my eyes. About
and Meghan is
and this is what Meghan's doing.
Meghan is claiming that she was there with Bang.
God, Steph.
That's the big story here, is that she was there with him.
So for
singing
him,
White Christmas,
for him to do that,
that's
not
her
even
right there.
Not even to wear a toupee, not even to, just everything was out the window. He was there to support the troops and entertain them. He was not there as the famous Bing Crosby. And she goes over there
with an agenda.
To bag a prince because he was a veteran.
Well, you got to take the selfies and you have to prove it. That's the thing. That's the problem with our society now, is that Harry is such an idiot that he believed it all. He said, "Look at what a good person she is."
Yeah,
she's such a good person. I mean, she's at this tour and she's taking selfies and she's probably in the thick of it. No, she wasn't.
We found out later it was all a lie.
No, it was all smoke and mirrors.
Smoke and mirrors completely. It was the first time
Just like
she had ever done a USO thing, and it was the last time she'd ever done a USO thing. And when we do a revealing collab, you guys will see in Revealing's excellent reporting that she was disgusted the entire time. She didn't want to be there. She didn't want to be there.
She wanted to be somewhere else. She wanted to be at the Soho House.
It was a job.
That's where she wanted to be.
Markle is garbage. There is no soul within her. She's a user, grifter, and so on. 100%.
That's what South Park said about her. So you're right on cue. South Park, they were the first ones to call her an empty vessel. And then that stuck with her. And she's not too happy about that. The two things I think that bothered her the most about all this rigmarole was South Park and the Hollywood Reporter. I think those two really got to her. Because, you know, living in LA as long as we have, those are two pretty big deals if you're in those things, and especially the way South Park did it. Maybe we'll do a little South Park too on our New Year's show. We'll do some fun little clips.
We'll save this story for our New Year's live too.
Oh yes.
That'll be a good one. Yeah. That way we can do biggest losers. Again, George Clooney did make the list.
And there will also, I want to let everyone know, after New Year's, then there'll still be lists. They're going to go back then to 2024. They're conducting the polls now. So if you guys want, you can go on X and you can be part of these polls.
This isn't. I don't know if we're going to Hollywood Reporter flat out.
No. I'm saying, but there are polls out there still going on about Meghan, and she's still at the top of the list.
Yeah, I agree, Lisa. It's time. I want it so bad.
What? We want our privacy.
I just want another South Park episode.
Oh man.
Yeah. So did you?
What? I always was like, when it became so popular, that episode, I was like, do you think WME went and threatened them?
You can't. Stephanie is not a South Park fan.
Don't say fan. I don't watch the show.
That's what I meant.
Become a fan.
The first time I saw it, I knew there was nothing they could have done, because trust me, they have done far worse.
Yeah,
far
with
worse.
Tom Cruise.
Stephanie, they have called John Travolta, flat out John Travolta and Tom Cruise gay.
Yeah.
They have called Kanye West.
No, you're right. But it's just so funny. It's like it was so popular. They need to do another one. They need to do
I'm glad I shared it, Lisa. It made me cry when I first read it too, that Bing Crosby story. It's emotional. It's like when you do things that you don't have to tell everybody you're doing it. It's like they have to put it up on a marquee that they're doing something. I'm so sick of that.
Tattoo it on their faces.
So just to keep you guys up to speed on this, because real fast, next year is going to be the year of
the takedown
lawsuits. It's the year of the lawsuits. So Jay-Z went to the courts, and he wanted to dismiss the case that the 13-year-old accuser gave to that Tony Busby. And instead of Jay-Z being mature about it and just going to the court, he goes, hey, I have an idea. I'm going to go online and I'm going to discredit Tony Busby. I'm going to say everything's a lie. And I'm going to try to do this in the court of public opinion. And the judge did not like that. The judge says, absolutely not. And on top of that, the accuser, will in fact remain anonymous. There is absolutely no way, Jay-Z, that you're going to try to force this person to come out and give their name.
He thought he was above the law. He was trying to spin the media in one direction, and it did not work.
Backfired.
It backfired big time. You do not tell a judge what to do and how to run his courtroom. That is the dumbest thing you could have done. Jay-Z, massive flub up, man. And if you are guilty of this, listen, we don't know until this is done.
No one's saying you are.
We live in America, so
Yeah.
you're innocent until proven guilty. But if you are guilty, oh dear Lord, that judge.
Now,
wow.
there are a lot of people that are going back and forth. I don't watch the TikTok videos, but I got sent this where it's like, maybe, you know, he wasn't actually guilty of this particular crime, but yeah, does he know Jay-Z and is he probably guilty of crimes? Probably, yeah. So here is this guy explaining, because now Jay-Z, his lawyer is trying to tell everyone, guess what? Jay-Z barely knew Diddy.
Oh.
These allegations, and his lawyer Alex Spiro has jumped on the defense and held an entire press conference in New York where he talked about the allegations and debunked them one by one. The press conference featured prominent members of the New York media. It was really good, logical, and rational, and I really think that he made some really good points, but that's not what I would like to talk about. Because for me, when I looked at the intricacies of this case, I never once thought that Jay-Z really did it. I always felt that he was innocent of this crime. Innocent of this crime. Now, for me, the most illuminating aspect of this press conference wasn't necessarily Jay-Z's lawyer debunking the allegations passed against him. It was when Alex Spiro was asked about the relationship between Jay-Z and Diddy. Let's read the quote. When Jay-Z's lawyer was asked on his relationship with Diddy, he quoted saying, "Mr. Carter has nothing to do with Mr. Combs' case or Mr. Combs. They knew each other professionally for a number of years. Just like in all professions, people know each other. That's just how professions work." Here's the catcher. There is no closer association between any of them. Anyone who knows anything about pop culture, hip hop culture, has known that Jay-Z and Diddy have been friends since 1997. Not only have they made multiple songs together, they've been photographed numerous times together and refer to each other as brothers. This stark disassociation of Jay-Z to Diddy is just intellectually dishonest, and I don't like it. What do y'all think?
So that's the new spin.
They
barely knew each other.
Jay-Z and Diddy were only business associates. They were not friends. They didn't hang out. Their kids didn't hang out. They barely knew each other. They barely knew each other.
Even though, like,
even though there's concrete proof.
Jay-Z skipped one of his daughter's recitals once to go support Diddy doing something.
Yeah.
He also, Diddy told James Corden that he allows his mom and one other person to call him Sean. That's his real name. And he goes, which is, what's his face? Jay-Z, because his name is Sean too. He goes, I only allow two people to call me Sean, my mom and Jay-Z. That's the only two people. So yeah, they're not friends.
They're not friends.
They're not friends. You know, Beyonce is going to have to distance herself because the beehive is gone. Now that Twitter has purged the bots, you see a lot less people defending Beyonce. Trust me, you can write things about Beyonce again on X. And you don't get that beehive coming after you. You know why? Because they weren't real. They never existed. So
no hate speech, guys. No hate speech. Because she is a mother. We don't know yet.
We saw that. Thanks for telling us, though. We just spoke about that, and God rest his soul. He's with his wife now.
But Jay-Z is in trouble because there's. Nancy was right. She did a tweet the other day, and she said, "Bring on the discovery." There's going to be so much of that I don't know how he's going to get out of it in a court of law. He's going to get out of it hanging out with his friends, because he's very crafty, I guess.
Well,
but you can't get out of it in a court of law when there's concrete proof.
I'll do this on our live New Year's Eve special. I forgot to download it, but there's a video. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, Beyonce and Jay-Z went to the Met one year, the Met Gala, and they were in an elevator with Beyonce's sister Solange.
I think everyone knows this.
Does everybody? I don't think everybody knows.
Oh, everybody
I don't think,
knows
like
this
mom and dad would know.
Well, yeah.
Okay. So they had was the CCTV or whatever, the security footage of the elevator, because what nobody understood when Jay-Z, he entered the elevator and then he came out of the elevator with like a cut.
And he was doing this.
And he kept doing this during the party. So nobody really knew what it meant.
Okay,
so somebody released the footage of the elevator, and it shows Jay-Z and Solange and their security and Beyonce. And Beyonce is like this. Okay, she's like against the elevators. And Solange is to her right, and Jay-Z is to her left. And then all of a sudden, Solange starts smacking. I'm not kidding. We'll show you guys the video. If you don't, just look it up on YouTube. Solange beating Jay-Z, or the Met Gala Jay-Z Solange.
And we all know from
boom, boom.
And we all know from Lemonade album that we all know that he did cheat.
But people are saying that was a cover, like yeah, things were going to come out anyway, so this way he could control it.
Oh, of course.
I'm sorry, but that Lemonade album made him look like a prince. Like, oh, you know what? He did this,
and he admitted it.
He's fine now.
He repented.
Yes.
He's fine.
He's a good dad.
He's a good dad, and he's going to make up for all of this.
Yeah.
And we all bought it.
It doesn't look like the first time Solange had thrown down on Jay-Z.
No.
So
he didn't look that shocked.
No, but she's like beating his butt, and like, and Beyonce's just sitting there. She's not trying to break
there.
Yeah, and
it's happened before.
She's just like this. She doesn't move.
And then they come out and Beyonce puts a smile on, and they go into two separate cars. But it's like,
oh no, they were going up to the party.
I thought
they were going up.
I thought they were exiting.
No, they were going up, dude.
Well, I know, but I've seen it.
Okay, I could be wrong.
Yeah, you are wrong. They were exiting, and they go into two separate cars.
Yeah.
Well, it is a big deal because you can't go into a party that way. She knew she was exiting.
I could have sworn.
No, she was exiting.
And they just stood in the elevator. Yeah, man. I've seen that video so many times, but I'm telling you, man, Solange like kicked the living poo out of him. And
then Tina Knowles, Beyonce's mom, a week ago, she liked an article that had Jay-Z, I think it was the New York Post, talking about how Jay-Z was a part of all this Diddy stuff, and she liked it on Instagram. Then the next day she comes out and goes, I didn't like it. My Instagram was hacked. Well, it's very convenient that it was hacked, you know, only when you do something like that at 3 o'clock in the morning. We all know she liked it. We all know they're reading about it.
I guess Tina Knowles isn't letting those kids out of her sight, because that cowboy thing during the football game.
Yeah.
There's backstage footage of Jay-Z with Rumi. The little boy wasn't there, but Rumi, the little girl, and she was walking, and then all of a sudden you see Tina Knowles right behind her, next to Jay-Z. I don't think Tina Knowles is letting those kids out of her sight, which is good. If
Beyonce's not around,
I don't trust her either. She is friendly with Meghan and Doria and Oprah and all those people, and Kris Jenner. I don't trust her, but I think when it comes to her grandchildren, hopefully somebody will be the voice of reason. If something is going on here,
someone will knock some sense.
Somebody will knock some sense.
Solange will knock some sense into her.
Solange doesn't mess around.
She knocks some sense into Jay-Z.
Yeah. And then the other lawsuit that we get to look forward to in the new year is Justin Baldoni is not going anywhere.
Nope.
You will be seeing a legal response to Blake Lively's 80-page lawsuit very soon. And Justin Baldoni wants you guys to know it's going to shock everybody.
He's getting everybody ready.
This is going to be good.
I mean, it really is right now. He said, she said. We have no clue. I don't think she's necessarily telling the whole truth and nothing but the truth, but that's just my opinion. So, wow, got a lot of stuff coming up.
It's going to be the year of the lawsuits. And hopefully Meghan will put out that cooking show. I don't know. I predict.
Oh, I hope they get separated. Then we'll have even more lawsuits.
Yeah, I know. I know we're supposed to do our predictions on New Year's Eve with you guys during our live, but my prediction definitely is I think this is the year of the separation with them.
I said that. Remember, I said it's coming up in a few months.
I do, because I think those kids need to be monetized stat, and I think that's going to be
I don't think Harry wants that. There might be a clause in the marriage contract too saying, listen, you can't monetize royal line of succession. You can't monetize
that's
children.
a good point.
There's probably some sort of clause that Meghan's going to try to fight off, because if you sign the contract,
Heather, don't worry, we're going to report on the Jay-Z and Diddy stuff.
All
we're going to
that.
report on the Blake stuff. We're here. We love this. But don't worry, Meghan and Harry, we're not going away because you have not apologized.
You got to apologize to the Queen.
You have
and then
not
just
apologized.
go off the radar somewhere.
Yeah.
Just
Justine,
get off the grid.
Justine's here.
Oh.
Beautiful Justine with her beautiful bangs. Oh my God.
I
I wish I could
bangs the other
pull
day.
off. I could never pull off
I can't
bangs.
pull off bangs, man.
Yeah.
That's what I watched Squid Game, and all the girls in there are so beautiful, and they
Yeah.
all have bangs. I'm going, should I get bangs?
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds is Canadian. Never piss off a Canadian. Well, I'm going to piss him off. And I have pissed off Canadians before, and I probably will continue to piss off Canadians. I don't think my days of pissing off Canadians are going away anytime soon.
I think there was definitely some kind of clause in their marriage agreement.
Yeah.
You're not going to marry the heir to the throne and then not have some.
He's not the heir.
Not the heir, but you know what I mean. The son of the king of the UK of England, and you're not going to have something in place saying those kids cannot be monetized, in any way, shape, or form. They're the line of succession. This is the way it goes. Period.
Yeah. Our New Year's Eve show will be 2 hours before the stroke of midnight UK time. So 10 o'clock Greenwich Means Time. Whatever that is, Pacific Standard Time.
2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. It'll be whatever. We'll get day drunk. I'll have my
we'll do
martini.
what we did last year.
I drank 3 martinis.
It was the olives that was making you.
The olives were so good.
olives.
I make my dirty martini with olives, stuffed olives with jalapeno and garlic sometimes. Oh my God, so
we
good.
were singing for everybody.
That was good.
You're like Benny and the Jets.
Yeah, we're gonna rock it. We're gonna get jiggy with it this year.
Yeah,
that's
I think
for sure.
we'll get jiggy, with it.
Nah.
See, that's why Will's so great. He just made such great songs.
It was a Seinfeld reference. So I don't know where that came from.
No, I know, but then it made me think of the song. Okay, guys, we also ask that you go to the description box if you want our friend David So's The Royal Pup Pack Catastrophe at the Palace. And I'm telling you guys, you want this. We have the link to, I think, where you can get the book from Singapore. But then there is the Amazon link where I think it's just available Kindle. But if you don't follow David on X, you want to go follow him. Again, if you need to learn how to spell it. David. Thank you, David. This is just one of the best books I've ever seen. Great coffee table book. And also, please go to our rescue and give if you enjoyed this show. This is why we do it. We do it for the puppers. So please give to them. And let's get those dogs out of the shelters
before 2025.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Tomorrow, get ready for our show where we show you all the blunders, and I mean all the blunders,
side by side
of everything Harry and Meghan did this year. And boy, did they top themselves! I didn't think they'd be able to top.
It's remarkable.
I didn't think it was possible, but they did it. They did it. So we will see you tomorrow.
Grab your drinks. It's the end of the year. It's going to be jiggy.
Yeah.
All right. We love you guys so much, and we will see you tomorrow. Everybody have a great night, morning, afternoon, evening.
Yes.
Wherever you are. We love you so much.
We love you guys. Bye.
Getting jiggy with it. Da, 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 da.